So, apparently Volkswagen still thinks it can catch Tesla. And here is how it's planning to go about that. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. If you're new, I don't normally talk like this. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I haven't had a frog in my throat like this in years. Anyhow, Volkswagen currently is not in second place anymore. It used to be the world's second largest manufacturer of EVs. It has lost that position to BYD. Is it the third biggest? Well, that's questionable. Depends on if you rank General Motors, because technically General Motors actually sold a similar number of EVs in the first quarter of this year, if you include their joint ventures in China. Volkswagen, my friends, unlike what everyone said would happen, well, not everyone, but many people said would happen, that they would start catching Tesla, they're actually falling further and further behind every single day. Things, in my view, don't look good for the company, especially considering what's going on for them in China, which is disastrous. Frankly, it's absolutely disastrous because why? They're one of the most indebted countries on the face of planet Earth. They owe more than $200 billion to banks. Yes, it's more complicated than that, I know, for those of you who know the exact details, but still, when it comes down to it, they do owe hundreds of billions of dollars. Zachary Visconti from Evanex lays out Volkswagen's plan. He says that there's no question that even a legacy car manufacturer like Volkswagen has a lot of catching up to do if it hopes to model Tesla's hyper-focus on software, which is where it is definitely lagging behind. For those of you who don't know, yeah, it's lagging behind. Lagging. I mean, as in, I've just turned on my Volkswagen vehicle. The software hasn't booted up yet. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it is. As one small solution, the German automaker is now offering a programming school to help train and hire software professionals in anticipation of a software-based automobile future. And Volkswagen, to be frank, to be fair to them, they haven't admitted on a number of occasions that they are well behind where they want to be. They've admitted that they've had significant problems with their software. They've admitted that Sandy Munro was right, that they've misled customers when it comes to selling them the product that they think they're getting. Volkswagen's Faculty 73 programming school offers training for people interested in learning software and someday working for the auto giant, as detailed in a report last month from DW. Reen Comer, one student, recounted to the publication how the program let him move back into the software world after being forced to drop out of school and get a job waiting tables to support a family member with unexpected medical needs. The restaurant job was fun, but it was not fulfilling, Comer said. A friend who was writing her doctoral thesis at Volkswagen told me about this new programming school in Wolfsburg, Faculty 73. It offered a great opportunity, a chance to work for Volkswagen and do things that I really enjoyed doing. Comer finished the Faculty 73 program last March and he gained a full-time offer from Volkswagen to do back office IT work. For now, I'm just having fun. I want to grow further as a software developer, as a product owner. These are interesting times at Volkswagen as it turns its focus to electric vehicles. It's just what I had ever wished for, he added. My honest impression of this article is that these quotes have been scripted perfectly from Volkswagen. Doesn't sound like something that a normal person would say. It sounds like something you'd just say if you were reading it from some sort of pre-scripted publication. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure this program could be excellent. I'm just saying that these quotes don't sound genuine. Evanex says that Volkswagen's programs extend to budding IT professionals, software developers, and other talents that will be needed as the industry moves to software and electric vehicles like the ones Tesla has made standard. And with Volkswagen recently announcing plans to use Argo AI self-driving software, as reported earlier this month by CarBuzz, the automaker is going to need all the software it can get if it hopes to catch up with all that Tesla has done, or all that Tesla will do as well by the time they plan on catching up, in theory, right? Yeah. Now, most companies' current standards for self-driving can be traced back to Tesla's original business model and their move to create AI or artificial solutions for problems on the road. Now, to be sure, Tesla's software is far from perfect. It's still got a lot of work to go before it gets there. According to Jalopnik, Tesla is even being ordered by German courts to buy back a Model 3 from one buyer who likened the autopilot system to a drunk novice driver. Now, I haven't heard that before about the autopilot system. And in fact, I've heard mostly pretty positive stuff about autopilot. However, no other company is or has been testing autonomous driving or driver assistance systems to the extent that Tesla has. Autopilot was introduced back in 2016, and the even more robust full self-driving beta was shared in 2020, and later expanded to a wider audience in 2021. Neither of Tesla's advanced driver assistance systems is perfect, which some might expect at the full self-driving beta's very large asking price of $12,000. But it's worth noting that they're being tested widely and regularly by a lot of people, especially when compared with those of other automakers such as Volkswagen. Now, obviously, if Volkswagen wants to catch up to Tesla, it's got a lot of work to do when it comes to software. But even more importantly, it just needs to manufacture a lot more EVs. And its delivery numbers over the past quarter, how many cars did it deliver, right? Just under 100,000, and even less delivered the quarter before that. Now, as far as we believed, Volkswagen was telling us they were ramping up production. But yet, it seems as though after every single quarter, they do have some excuse to make. Whether those excuses are legitimate or not doesn't really matter. There's still excuses. The same kind of things that Ford said. Ford blamed BYD for their low production numbers in China. Well, Ford could have chosen not to rely on BYD, but they did. Ford could have said, you know what, BYD, we're going to get batteries from 3 different companies. That will ensure our delivery numbers will be high this month or this year in China. They didn't do that. Volkswagen, unfortunately, sits in the same exact position, don't they? Low delivery numbers, way lower than what the market is expecting from a company that claims it will catch Tesla any moment. Well, to be fair, the CEO Herbert Diess, he is pretty realistic, and he acknowledges Tesla has massive advantages when it comes to software and in particular manufacturing. Now, to be reasonable, Volkswagen will not catch Tesla anytime soon. One of the key advantages Tesla has over Volkswagen is its massive widespread use of lithium iron phosphate batteries. Nickel now is what? Worth more than gold? Almost, right? Well, LFP batteries don't use the gold that nickel is now, do they? Big advantage considering when we look at Tesla's numbers over the first quarter of 2022, 50% of the batteries they deployed, right, used lithium iron phosphate, not nickel. That's a huge cost advantage for Tesla. Why is it that their operating margins are so much higher than Volkswagen's? That's just one of many reasons. Even if you are the most hardcore Tesla hater and the most hardcore Volkswagen lover, you cannot in your right mind think Volkswagen will catch Tesla within the next 3 years if you're going to be even remotely realistic. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.